Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. We have some amazing stuff to go over today. One of those is Raw Paul's stance on XRP. So as you guys know, or as you may not know, Raw Paul is a huge Bitcoin bull, and he recently had a podcast. I don't know if it was a podcast or interview or it was something along those lines. We'll find out. I'll double check it. But he's basically started talking about XRP, the risk reward potential on it, and why he's kind of this article says warming up to it, and that is absolutely insane because we've been talking about this type of thing. Talking about people, they've understood Bitcoin. When are they going to start looking at altcoins and understanding those, right? Especially the people with big money and big pockets. So this is extremely bullish. When you have someone talking about XRP like this, we have the Flare/Spark airdrop coming. We'll go over that as well. Coinbase is going to support that. We'll also go over some stellar stuff, but overall, a very bullish day today. Price action has been pretty volatile as well. Not on a big scale, but we're definitely, XRP was down in the 50-cent range, and now we're back up into 62 cents. And overall, guys, things are getting very exciting. So with that said, we're going to hop into it. I do want to let you guys know very quickly that I am on theta.tv. So I'm uploading all my videos to YouTube still, everything like that, but I'm also uploading to Theta. In the event that this channel maybe gets taken down, I'm sure you guys have seen other crypto YouTubers get taken down. You will always be able to find me on Theta because Theta doesn't do that type of thing. Theta TV is also really cool because you can earn T-Fuel and stuff like that from just watching videos, and you get to support the project Theta. So as a Theta bag holder myself, I figured, why not support the platform that I'm invested in? And I know a lot of you guys like Theta. If you guys are also invested in Theta, why not use the platform that you're invested in, okay? Mass adoption is going to start with you. So if you don't like YouTube, you don't like their policies and things like that, then consider watching on Theta because I will be uploading my videos there. But again, I will also continue uploading them on YouTube because this is just where the people are, right? Hopefully in the future, there's more and more of an audience on Theta. But as of right now, everybody's hanging out on YouTube. So got to upload those videos to YouTube as well. With that said, let's get into it, guys. If you're frequent viewers of the show and you'd like to show some support, just tap that like button and make it turn blue. And that is support enough. It picks it up in the YouTube algorithm and it takes the video and shows it to more people. So thank you guys for all your support. And with that said, new Bitcoin and crypto regulations coming in matter of weeks, confirms leading U.S. banking regulator. This is from the U.S. Comptroller of the Currency, Brian Brooks. And Brooks announces that the new set of regulations would focus on providing clarity within the emerging crypto sector, which he believes will help investors feel safer participating in the space. So this is what Brian says. He says, I don't think we need 50 regulations instead of 2, but what we do need is clarity about what's allowed. We need some guidance, for example, about whether banks can connect directly to blockchains as payment networks. The answer has to be yes. We need answers about whether banks can custody cryptocurrency so that institutions feel comfortable adopting. And you saw what happened when we gave that clarity. The Coinbase head believes that the government may try to regulate self-custodied crypto wallets, stressing that the rumored policies would impede the growth of the rapidly changing market. His bureau's goal is not to stifle growth, but to support what he sees as massive institutional interest in the space by providing clarity across the industry. He goes on to say, so you have clarity across a variety of areas that I think you'll be seeing just in the next 6 to 8 weeks. So he's saying in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Guys, 6 to 8 weeks is not that far off. And if you think about it, the way we're positioned from a price point perspective, I didn't plan on going to the chart yet, but if I do go to the chart yet, if you think about it, we've had this March crash, that pandemic sell-off, and ever since, this is the XRP chart, but not all the cryptos, but most cryptos, right? You take a look at Bitcoin, you take a look at Ethereum, since then they have been in uptrends, right? Now, regulatory clarity in the next 6 to 8 weeks while we're in a bullish uptrend. We have a lot of volume coming into the space, not only for XRP, but also on Bitcoin, on Ethereum. This could really be the spark that sends us into those new all-time highs, right? Or at least that continues that bullish uptrend. I do think that if we get regulatory clarity, I don't think it would be that hard to believe that we would see positive price action following that, because that is one of the things that is really hindering institutions and big money from getting in. So even if it wasn't retail FOMO buying right when we get that regulatory clarity, once that clarity is in, it's basically the green light is on, right? People can come in and they can play by the rules, so they don't have to feel scared of, whether or not they're breaking any laws or someone's going to come after them, because they have that clarity. So kind of like Brian Brooks goes on to say, he says, it will make it easier for crypto investors to know how to invest, to know how institutions can be in this asset class. Those are the things that are driving prices at this point. It may have been a bubble 2 years ago, but with more clarity, institutions that see this as a real thing are going to adopt at scale, which they've already started to do, so stay tuned. So I don't think I have to reiterate it to you guys. If we get regulatory clarity in the next 6 to 8 weeks, that is going to be extremely bullish. Again, we are already in a bullish uptrend. And, I know probably a good amount of you guys were here in 2017. And when prices were getting that high, there could be articles that came out that were actually bad news and they were perceived as bullish. Okay. So all this good news, and we have been getting much good news lately, and it is all going to compound. Most of retail doesn't buy cryptos by looking at the charts and looking at areas of value that they could get a good entry in. Most people are just buying based off prices. They're buying based off the news, and they're definitely buying based off of price pumps, right? A coin pumps, everybody starts talking about it, and everybody starts buying. Obviously, that is one of the worst ways to invest, but that is how the majority invest. And that kind of plays into why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because, there's just things that you need to learn or you're going to continuously get wrecked. Now, the most bullish news of today, I can't even save this to the end because we have to go over this, guys. Raw Paul. So let's get just right into it. Raw Paul, who recently invested 98% of his liquid net assets into Bitcoin and holds a small amount of Ethereum, is now learning all he can. He's learning all he can about the third largest cryptocurrency. He says, "I'm warming to XRP, to be honest. I now have a basic understanding, but I don't own it." Think about that, guys, though. A guy like Raw Paul, I've watched a good amount of his videos, right? And I think he has some good things to say. I think he's a smart guy, right? Obviously, a guy with the kind of money that he has, it's not going to be a dumb dude. And I know there's a lot of dumb rich people, but I don't think Raw Paul is one of them, right? I think he's a pretty smart guy. And, I assumed that he already knew and understood XRP, right? I thought he would, already have an understanding about that. And maybe he just chose not to invest into it. Maybe he doesn't believe in it. But now he's literally telling us I now have a basic understanding. He now has a basic understanding of XRP. Imagine when he has an advanced understanding, when he really knows all about it. And if Raw Paul didn't even have a basic understanding, does Michael Saylor have a basic understanding? Does Mike Novogratz have a basic understanding? How many other of these whales don't even have a basic understanding of XRP? And once they look into it and once they understand it, would then warm up to it. So anyways, let's continue on. He says, "If somebody tells me not to look at Ripple, I will go and look at Ripple because you will not tell me what to do. And I will find out myself what are its flaws and what its potential benefits are and assess the probability myself. I may reach exactly the same conclusions as you. I may reach completely different conclusions." In short, what he basically just said was he's always going to do his own research, just as you should as well, right? Always do your own research, no matter what I say, no matter what anybody says. So Paul says traders should make level-headed and independent judgment calls on investment opportunities and always analyze whether the market is undervaluing the potential of a given asset. He says, "I don't own Ripple," and I think what he means is he doesn't own XRP. He says, "I'm not getting into that fight. But let's assume I think it has a 10% chance of becoming something much bigger, but the whole market is giving it 0.5% chance. That misalignment in risk to reward is a huge opportunity. That's what we do in financial markets. We have to remain open. You can't trade financial markets and go, well, I'm only going to trade Apple and every other company is a fraud. They're not as good because their iPhones aren't as good. That's ridiculous. What we look for is we look for the secular trend change. What's the best vehicle to express that view, and can I diversify that view? Can I add juice to that view? Can I create alpha around that view? And I think based off that portion of what he says, he says, I think it has a 10%, if I think it has a 10% chance of becoming something much bigger, but the whole market is giving it 0.5% chance, that's a huge risk reward opportunity. As we know, guys, what do most people say when you talk about XRP? They say it's a fraud, it's a scam. Ripple dumps on XRP holders. So not many people like XRP. And when not many people like a certain coin, when not a lot of people are investing into a certain coin, right? When the majority are not in yet, that is when you want to buy. So Paul is recognizing that risk to reward potential just based off that alone. And we kind of did the same thing a couple weeks ago. We were just saying XRP from, I think when we made that video, XRP was about here, right? We didn't even break out yet. So 32 cents back to old all-time highs. It's already a 920% gain, just back to your old all-time high of $3.26. Obviously, it's dependent on which exchange you're looking on. If you bought even lower, you're looking at even more gains. It is much higher, the ROI percentage you get from XRP bottom to back to old all-time highs than you would have with a Bitcoin or Ethereum. And keep in mind, that's just back to old all-time highs. That's not even considering the fact that we make new price discovery, which obviously that is the big bet that we are running on. Paul says macro traders often have a unique perspective on the markets, and he urges crypto enthusiasts to keep an open mind as to what's required to bring new money into the space. So that's why I come at it, he says. And I think all the macro guys, we just come at it differently. And I understand that some of the crypto community doesn't like that because it kind of feels like we're abusing the space. But much like I talked about with regulation, I get people upset when I say regulation is a good thing. But if you want to get rich, people are going to have to come into the space. And he said this all on Anthony Pompliano's Pomp podcast episode number 444, if you guys would like to go ahead and check that out. So this is honestly, guys, it's insane, right? Again, I figured a guy like Raul Paul, he would have already known what XRP is, and he chose not to invest in it for whatever his personal reason is, right? That's completely fine. Instead, we have Raul Paul saying he now has a basic understanding of it. So he didn't understand it before. It wasn't even really looking into it before, but now he does. And since he does, he's warming up to it, right? How many other people are in the same position as Raul Paul, right? How many of them don't have a basic understanding of it, right? All these companies buying Bitcoin, right? You have MicroStrategy, you have Stone Ridge, you have Square. Have they actually looked at their other options? Have they actually assessed all of the top 20 coins and picked that Bitcoin is the best? Or have they just now understood Bitcoin? They see why they need it with the dollar being devalued and with Bitcoin being a fixed supply, stock to flow, all that good stuff, all of the things that we agree on that gives Bitcoin value. What's going to happen when they find out about altcoins and they understand them and they warm up to them and they really see it, just like how they saw for Bitcoin, just like how they really saw that fixed supply, just like how they really saw there's only 21 million, the digital store value argument, all those things, just like they saw that. What's going to happen when they see what XRP is, when they see what Ethereum is, when they see what Cardano is, when they see what VeChain is, what Theta is, what is going to happen then? My guess would be you're going to see a lot more money come into the cryptocurrency and digital asset space. If you're still holding your crypto on exchanges, hoping and praying that they don't go down when you need them to, hoping and praying that they don't get hacked, then I would recommend getting some form of storage for your cryptocurrency, right? Storing it offline. What I like to use is the ledgers. It's just what works for me. You guys can use something else. There are multiple options out there. You can even use something like a paper wallet. But for me, I like Ledger. If you guys would also like to pick yourselves up a Ledger, then there's a link in the description that you can use to buy one. It takes you right to the Ledger website, not to Amazon, not to some third-party website, but it'll take you directly to Ledger. So you're getting a legitimate Ledger that has not been tampered with. And if you use the link in the description, I do get a kickback from that. And I also would like to thank all of you who have used the link in the description to help support the channel. I really do greatly appreciate it. Again, you get the $25 voucher if you buy the Christmas pack. So, might be something that you want. We also have this very interesting stuff. Stellar Lumens can drive sustainability in real live farming models. Mobile first software services provider Task has completed a trial using blockchain to remit payments across borders. The trial proved that the Stellar blockchain can drive sustainability in real life farming models. Task allows its users to create initiatives on its platform and allocate credits such as stablecoins to the project's wallet. In their recent trial project, Task brought together a UK-based program manager with farming communities in Thailand. The project was built on the Stellar blockchain, allowing the remittance of the funds at very low fees and in less than 5 seconds, right? So low fees and extremely quick. On why the company chose to use Stellar, the CEO said, one of the reasons we chose Stellar for our blockchain technology was their focus on low-cost cross-border payments. Stellar is specifically designed to make traditional forms of money, the money people have been spending and saving for centuries, more useful and accessible. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Stellar, and I know a lot of that stems from because of the fact that people have mixed feelings about Jed McCaleb. But one thing that we can't deny is that the companies who use Stellar have great things to say about it, okay? So in another trial project on the Task platform, another agro-tech startup known as Smart Agro has been working with farmers in Cambodia. Mark Eber, the founder of Smart Agro, explained why his company has been using the Stellar blockchain-based platform. He says, we use Task to manage the project internally as well as the farmers. It creates buy-in from farmers when they upload their images and fill in their data. We can support them in their implementation in workshops and via the Task app. And in turn, the app helps us to create demand and build a market for a variety of regenerative products that can help farmers make their operations more sustainable and more profitable. Now, when we think of, Stellar, XRP and Ripple, things like that, even cryptocurrencies, we're thinking a lot about payments and changing the way money works. So to see this, like Stellar Lumens, that blockchain being used for farming type things, it kind of plays into crypto is so much bigger than what we're thinking it is. Like, think about how big you think crypto is going to be, and then probably 10x that, right? And that's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. I think cryptocurrency is going to fundamentally change the way the world works. And I know that I'm still looking at it too small. I'm still not looking at the great bigger picture. There are things that are going to happen that I completely do not expect, right? Again, I think we should take how you're looking at crypto now and then 10x it, because we are going to see things that we just absolutely do not expect. One thing that nobody expected, not even Spark was expecting this. I think they were even saying that it's probably too late for Coinbase to even do this. But Coinbase is going to support the Spark token airdrop to XRP holders. The amount of Spark you'll receive depends on how much XRP you had in your account at the snapshot time. Now, also, guys, I also heard that they're only doing this for certain jurisdictions, but they did not say what jurisdictions. So hopefully they tell us in advance, because I know probably a lot of you would love to use Coinbase, because again, Coinbase is very easy to use. But hopefully they let you know in advance, so you don't have your crypto on Coinbase. You're expecting to get a Spark airdrop, and then they're like, "Oh, your jurisdiction isn't approved. We don't support that jurisdiction." So, I don't know. Coinbase probably isn't going to be the best spot for this, just because they've been so late to the party. They didn't even give us the jurisdictions that they will be supporting. So, who really knows at this point? But hopefully they give us this information a couple days before. Obviously it'd be better to have it right now, but if they could at least give it to us a couple days before, because I know a lot of people probably already have their coins stored on Coinbase, which you shouldn't, right? Pick up a ledger so you can move your crypto when Coinbase goes down, because Coinbase loves to go down. But yeah, guys, hopefully they give us some more information on that. And here is our price chart for XRP, guys. Our daily candle closed about 7 minutes ago. If we go ahead and we take a look at that, looks like our daily candle closed right at 60.62154 cents. So about at 62 cents, that is where we closed the day. Now, as I was looking at this chart, on the logarithmic scale, you can go all the way back. One thing that is looking eerily similar is this leg up here, right, where XRP basically overextended, had some a decent amount of sell pressure, consolidated sideways, and then launched. And it looks eerily similar to what we're going through right now, right? XRP went up. We got all the way up to, if you look on Coinbase, we got all the way up to 92 cents. So it would look very similar to this, right? That massive sell pressure back down. We're consolidating sideways right now. And then will we make that next leg up? When you combine the fact that this Spark token airdrop is happening, and you combine with, what did we just go over? We went over Brian Brooks talking about regulatory clarity in 6 to 8 weeks, right? Remember, all this bullish news compounding and compounding and compounding, and we're already in a bullish uptrend that we have been maintaining very, very nicely. A lot of analysts are also calling for a $1 XRP, a $1.20 XRP. They're saying another leg up is coming. And this is many analysts. We have Raw Paul turning bullish on XRP. And it's looking very, very similar to how it did back in 2017. I don't know, guys. It's looking very, very juicy right now. I think the probability of us seeing XRP go up is much greater than us seeing XRP fail here and go off a cliff. Obviously, failure is always an option, right? We can't completely take that off the table. But I think just based off everything that we're seeing, I think a leg up to higher prices is much more likely than a leg down to lower prices. But let me know what you guys think. Ultimately, nobody knows, and we'll just have to see how this plays out. But nonetheless, these are very, very exciting times. Your prices for today, we'll give this a quick refresh. We have Bitcoin sitting at 19,398, so almost 19,004. Ethereum back above $600 at 603. XRP at 62 cents. Litecoin at 83. Chainlink at 13. Cardano at 15 cents. Stellar is at 17 cents, and that's most of our prices today for the more large cap coins. Bitcoin Cash sitting at 286. And that is the video for today, guys. So I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you tap that like button, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload a video like this daily. You get a video like this every single day. We go over Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything going on in the crypto space. Also, keep in mind that none of this is financial advice. I am just documenting the daily crypto news, and I am documenting this upcoming bull run. With that said, guys, I will see you all on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.